Hello there, people of the internet. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. This year has been a particularly difficult year. Earlier today, well, let me provide some insight. One thing I do, other than listen to Kevin constantly scream, thanks buddy, I appreciate that. It just wouldn't be one of my videos if Kevin wasn't screaming. But one thing I do is I actually go back and look through my videos to look for inspirations on how to make additional content. And I came across a video that I put up at the New Year's Day of last year, or like New Year's Eve of last year, December 31st of last year. And I talked about, my goals and my dreams and what I was gonna do and accomplish this year. Man, I just had like such violent willpower at the start of the year. I was, gung-ho to hit the ground running, and I tried that at the start of the year. I tried really investing myself into what I was doing here. I was so excited that I actually listed off accomplishments that I had made in the year of 2019. If you want to see this video, I'll link it down below in the description. I still am, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, I guess you could say I'm not feeling defeated. I'm just feeling a little down. But that is completely normal. One of my promises at the start of 2020 was that if I managed to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, I'd fill my shoes with peanut butter and run a match. I don't foresee that happening. We're already halfway through the year of 2020 and I just hit like 440 something, some change. There's no way I'm gonna hit 1,000, so I don't have to worry about running with peanut butter in my shoes. At the start of this year, I wasn't really expecting all the issues that this year would bring. At the very start of this year, I broke a tooth. My insurance decided not to do what I'm paying it to do, and they flaked out on me, so I ended up losing a lot of my money at the very start of the year. So that was a major, major blow. Then a global pandemic completely crippled the entire world's economy and wiped out hundreds of thousands of people, according to the media. We also lost an old family friend. That was very upsetting. I didn't hear about that until the wife of the family friend actually told me. I'm making some discoveries about the people I'm around. I also lost my uncle. That was very upsetting. He went in for surgery, didn't go well, and he passed away about a week later. I lost Busky. He decided to himself he no longer wants to be a part of my life, so he's gone now. With everything that's going on, I'm not managing to make the type of content and the quality of content that I'm wanting to make. And as a result, I gotta step up my game. In trying times like this, people have two different options. They have the option to either lay down and give up, or they have the option to show the fact that they got a pair that clank and step up and do what needs to be done to solve whatever problems they're having. There's not much that I can do about the global pandemic, not much I can do to resolve death. I don't really want to do much about Busky. He made his decision. But what I can do is I can try to grow this channel. So I'm actually going to really significantly push for making uploads and making at least a little bit of decent quality content. I'm going to try and upload at least once every 2 days or so for, I don't know, the next month or so. We're going to see how much that raises what I have going on. One of the biggest inspirations for me not wanting to just give up on everything is the fact that I do have my mindset assistants that I do on this channel. And what kind of example would I be setting if I just decided to myself, you know what, this is just too much, let's just lay down and die. That's just not me. That's not how I'm built. In a world full of burning buildings, the best thing you could do is save the buildings that aren't burning. One thing that I did in my overview of last year was I did some shooting while I was explaining everything. I literally said you can't go to the shooting range and not shoot your gun. So I have one of my favorites. This is my 8mm Mauser. This right here is a Car 98. It is Nazi manufactured. It has a swastika bird on the side, the Wavenance, and it does have a sporterized stock, as I'm sure a lot of you people have noticed by now. And I'm just gonna launch some lead down range while I go through the rest of my mind. A little trick for anybody who might be out there. Anytime you are using a firearm that has a rimmed cartridge, like perhaps a Mosin or something like that, or you could even use a stripper clip if you really wanted to, the rim or the edge of the stripper clip can actually be used as a screwdriver if necessary. So that's a cool little trick that I picked up the other day when I was out here shooting and my stock was coming loose in my Mosin. So I took the rim of a cartridge and I tightened it back up. That was badass. Gonna go ahead and throw my ears on right here, and we're gonna get started. Now that was a nice shot. Took more than one shot, but we managed to break that rock over there. One thing I am gonna say, this year has been difficult. It has been very difficult, not just for me, but for a lot of people in this world. People are losing their businesses, their jobs, they're losing their family due to just getting sick. It's definitely not me I'm definitely not the only one that's being affected by everything going on this year. This year just seems to be a year of bad luck. However, I can't speak for everybody, but I know for a fact the American population, we thrive in this kind of stuff. Whenever it comes to people trying to take us over, whenever it comes to the world going to shit, whenever it comes to people trying to put us under their thumb, the American population has always stood up and stood up hard, and this time will be no different. I would like to see more forward movement because there's been just so much moving backwards this year. I have made some progress with my subscriber count. Unfortunately, there's just so much else that is happening. It's really hindered me from wanting to do or doing what I'm wanting to do. So the only thing that I can do now is to set all that aside, not forget about it, but advance past it and do what I'm wanting to do. So as a result, there's going to be a lot of really interesting content that's going to be coming up. If you guys have anything specific that you want to see, do not be afraid to let me know. I will happily be doing viewer requests. I've done a couple of them before, but I'd like to get more into that. I'd like to start increasing my interaction with the audience. It is the 24th of May in 2020. The year's about halfway over, and I haven't even hit 500 subscribers. There's no way I'm gonna reach 1,000 by the end of the year. With everything that's gone on, there's just, for quite a while, just mentally, there's so much holding me back. And I just, like, the days were molding themselves together. I've also been extraordinarily busy because I'm an essential employee, which kind of sucks because I would love to collect, you know, $3,500 a month in unemployment. But hey, I'd rather have a job now so I don't have to look for one after all this is said and done. Well, after all this is said and done, I'm still going to be looking for a specific job, and I think that there's going to help this channel grow a lot. If you guys are also having a hard time just like I am, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's only so much that we can do as individuals. Just remember, stand up, stand strong, and stand tall. Find yourself being knocked down. I was knocked down pretty good at the start of this year. At the loss of all of my finances, I had no idea how I was going to continue this channel. I actually ended up having to sell several firearms to, just keep my head above water. I thought that all this was done. I thought that this was over with, but I kept on pushing. And then the global apocalypse came by. Oh, Nelly. I was thinking to myself, oh crap, we're going to be stuck in some sort of police state. A lot of people already are. Then I was thinking, oh crap, I don't want to lose members of my family. So far they're alright. Let's hope it stays that way. Then we lost an old friend of the family. That was very tragic. Then we lost my uncle. That was also tragic. Between that time, I lost Busky. That was horridly tragic. But my father had told me before that a man who never looks towards his future will always return to his past. So as a result, lessons have been learned from the past, and it's time to step forward and look at the future. I wasn't really aiming at anything specific. I just kind of started lobbing lead downrange. Actually, this is steel core ammunition. One of the bigger issues that I'm seeing happen in 2020 is we're seeing a lot of anti-gun nonsense come down the pipelines. However, there's a flip side to that coin. We're seeing a lot of new people get involved in the Second Amendment community. I think we're going to start seeing some really good stuff come through. But I also think that because they're scared, we're going to see some bad stuff come through from the politicians. And they are scared. They should be scared. They're trying to do things under the table because they know we won't approve of it. But hey, we see what they're doing. I recently cleaned this car 98 and I could smell the burning oil coming off of it. Ah, smells like fascism. Liberated by freedom. Alright, well, I wanted to make this video. It's kind of going to be not really a quick one, but more of an epilogue to go over what has been done and seen so far this year. This is like the halfway point to the year that I said was going to be my year. The year that I was going to aim for the stars and make my shot. I did. Unfortunately, I've been met with more trauma and turmoil than I've ever seen before in my entire life. None of it has to do with this channel. It's just personal nonsense. And the global apocalypse. And politicians. But mostly personal nonsense. Alright, well. I was firing remanufactured ammunition, so I'm going to have to clean out my Car 98. A lot of people ask me how I go about cleaning my rifles. I did make a video on how I do that, so if you want to see that one, check the description down below. I'll go ahead and link that in there as well. That being said, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. I'd like to reach that 1,000 mark, but I know I'm not gonna. And honestly, it's like a bittersweet thing because I don't have to run with peanut butter in my shoes, but it would be nice to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm sitting back watching all these other gun channels, grow exponentially. And this isn't me saying I'm jealous. This is me saying I'm so radically happy to see that we have people checking out our community. We have people looking at what we're doing, and a lot of people are starting to realize that these tools are only dangerous if you make them dangerous. I'm ecstatically excited about that, and I think that we're going to see a lot of new support, not just in the United States, but throughout the entire world. We're going to see a lot of new support for private ownership of firearms. I heard Kevin screaming somewhere off in that direction. Alright, well, I'm gonna go clean my car 98, grab myself some dinner, because, man, I am so freaking hungry, it's unreal. Go ahead and check out the description below. I got a couple of videos linked. I got a second YouTube channel linked. It's a gaming channel. I go there, I play video games whenever I get really hammered. It's a great time. I have that channel there because if YouTube decides to itself to get rid of this channel, I'll have a fallback plan. So far, it's not really working out, but hey, I'm going to keep trying because that's just what I do. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Check out the Patreon page. I do Q&As on it. There's Kevin again. The Q&As, I get a lot of repeat and interesting questions. Some of them I'm not going to answer because they're too personal. But others I do answer. It's on the Patreon page, so go check that out. You don't have to be Patreon to check it out. I'm like surrounded by peacocks. There's one there, two there, one over there, and one over there. And I don't know how I feel about it. So I'm going to go probably drink until I feel more comfortable about that. Yep, Kevin, both of them. They don't like that idea. Alright, I'm sorry, bro. Go over here now. Alright, the one over there doesn't want me over there. You guys go have a fantastic day, and thanks for watching. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.